Hey, so earlier this week, I posted something on my socials that was sharing what's going on inside my head. Um, it was quite a hard post to write because I basically just put my feelings out there in search for someone that could potentially help me or guide me, maybe help me make sense of what was going on. And what I wanted to do is just first of all come on here and say thank you. Thank you to every single one of you that reached out to me and offered your support, your love, just literally a shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen to. I was absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of messages I got, and I genuinely didn't even comprehend that would happen. So thank you for everyone that reached out and those that read it and posted you made me feel so much more accepted than I thought I was. So thank you. That's the first thing I just wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say was a lot of people messaged me thinking that I was potentially going to do something that I would maybe regret or was a bit silly or whatever. And I just want to say that I'm not in that place, right? But what I have realized is that there are a lot of people that messaged me that resonated massively with what I said who may be in that place. So if you see something on social media where someone's just being a bit vulnerable, don't even think about asking them if they're okay, just do it. Because you never know where they're at. I have had so many messages from people that have, first of all, said that this is something that they deal with as well. And it kind of baffles me that they're not talking about it, and that maybe they're not getting help for it. And like whether I'm the first to do it or whether no one else has just had the I don't care about that. What I care about is that more people share what's going on inside here, because it's not obvious to everyone else. I'm someone who is very well put together in a lot of ways, and from the outside looking in, you may think he's fine, and I'd say 90% of the time I am. But there's like that small 10% that just leverages so much harder than everything else that stops me producing what I know I can produce, achieving what I know I can achieve, doing the things I know I can do because of something that's going on inside my head. And I don't know the answers. Right? I don't know. And that's why I'm looking to get help. The stories that I heard were just incredible. Some people that had experienced something similar and had got it sorted and were sharing that with me. Others that just resonated and were just kind of asking questions. I slowly made my way through every single one of them and tried to make sense of how I could help or how I could, be of service or support to those people. And it's not a quick fix. As we know, it's not a quick fix. So, I'm on my own journey, and I think that anyone listening to this that's resonating with what I'm saying should be on theirs as well. But what I wanted to do is just share some things that have literally helped me in the last few days, purely just from speaking about what's going on inside my head. Right? This is just generally from people messaging me, voice notes I've had, people I've spoken to, just a few things that have helped me just make a bit more sense of stuff. So the first thing is reframing it. Reframing things is so powerful, but yet we just don't do it. And I'll give you a great example. I had someone message me and tell me that one of my issues I was having trouble with was the constant striving for new opportunities, feeling like I had to always have the next thing. And someone said to me, well, why don't you look at it as, instead of an opportunity to go after, look at it as an opportunity cost to the thing you're doing. So instead of looking at it and going, ooh, shiny object syndrome, let's go this direction when I was on this path, look at it as like, ooh, what's the cost of me going after that compared to what I'm already doing? Even that just simple mind frame just completely made me rethink a lot of stuff, and it was powerful. I had to remind myself of all the things I have achieved. when you go into a state of kind of feeling a bit, I suppose, negative rather than positive, your world starts to close in and you sort of get tunnel vision and you can only think about what's right in front of you. And by stepping back and actually having people remind me and remembering things that I've achieved, I was able to actually take myself out of that space and go, okay, no, I'm not as an underachiever as I thought I was. I didn't have imposter syndrome like I thought I did. I don't, fail at the first hurdle like I thought I did. I am worthy enough like I thought I wasn't. And so those things helped me to just put everything into context and look at the bigger picture rather than the minute details. It's forced me to ask a few deeper questions around things that I genuinely don't understand. I think a lot of people in life, and I may be speaking generally here, but a lot of people in life tend to just nod and smile when they get asked a question they don't really understand. Like, oh yeah, okay, cool, nice, yeah. But actually, if you ask the question a bit deeper, like why are you feeling like that? What's the reason, the deep-rooted cause underneath that? And asking the questions around those things is important. And I've got three or four double-page of notes, literally like on here, of questions I need to ask myself around someone that can, I suppose, help me make sense of it, right? One thing I've learned hugely from this is that being vulnerable has proven to be my biggest superpower. Most of the people that messaged me and got in touch said, first of all, that I was super brave for doing what I did. And I didn't see it as that. I saw it as just, I don't know how else to find someone to help me with stuff. And my social media has got some incredible people on it, as we've found out. So why not ask? And so maybe there's just a disparity between the way I see it and who everyone else sees it. But basically my superpower was just allowing me to actually express myself and also give me some accountability around getting it sorted. It's so easy just to stay within who you are and it's like, okay, I'll sort this out myself and never actually tell anyone. But if you tell people, you feel a need to like, well, I've sort of told them that this is going on and now I almost feel like I need to deliver results in a weird way. Like it's like I kind of need to get this sorted because they may come back and ask me how I'm doing, and if I haven't done anything, then that's going to make me feel bad. And so, talk to people. Like if you're listening to this and you've read my post and maybe you just watching this for the first time and you're going through something that's not quite right, just talk to anyone that you trust or that you respect or that you like. They may not be able to help you directly, but they will know someone who can. Gosh, the amount of referrals I've had is incredible, right? I've literally got a list as long as my arm of people I can contact about helping me with this stuff. Which then brings me on to my next point, which is about the more you talk about this, the more you understand it for yourself. If I also show you what I wrote down originally, right? So this is kind of some of the first. This is the first piece of page I had written down, right? And on it I wrote down time, balance, work, fulfillment, wanting the next thing, enjoying the journey, validation from others, proving a point, seeking meaning, nexting, shiny object syndrome, my dad, striving for success, pressure to make money, reframing, subtracting, word vomit, right? But through that, I've now come up with absolutely pages and pages and pages of notes of stuff that makes sense. That when I talk about that to other people, they're able to go, oh yeah, so I've seen this or I've heard of this or I've tried that or I've maybe done this, and it gives you a whole nother way of looking at it. And that whole nother way of looking at it has given me the understanding I need to then go and ask someone who's a professional, who has the skills to help me and go, this is what I want to work on. And it's given me focus on the thing that is really bothering me. The last thing I think, which is really important, is to kind of trust your gut. There were plenty of messages from people who were just there to be a support unit for me. But I also had a few people messaging me just saying, okay, yeah, buy this program I bought once, it will help you. I'm like, I'm not a cookie cutter version of a course. Like this isn't a singular issue that everyone deals with, or maybe they do, but I don't think it is for me right now. Until I understand it more, I'm not going to just buy something off a shelf. Like I want to do this properly. And so, there was a few things that were sent to me that was just generically I think a lot of people saw was just an opportunity to potentially, get me into a program or some description, and that's fine. I understand where they're coming from, and it might have come from a place of kindness and compassion. But I also, I think that there is a degree of kindness that needs to come into this space. And somebody told me as well that this baffles me, that counselors and therapists aren't actually allowed to advertise, which might make sense why I couldn't find someone to help me with my specific issues, but it also is a bit crazy that they can't do that, because there are obviously lots of people out there like me who need this kind of service. So that's another topic for another time, but my gut feeling is what I've gone with. I'm talking to a handful of people next week who I've just got a gut feeling about, like a good gut feeling that I'm like, this person could offer some insight. So, the fear I had originally about posting something on social was around kind of ruining my reputation as a coach, as somebody who's meant to be like a support unit for them, for the other person. And maybe people won't respect me as much because I've gone sort of like, well, I'm not doing okay, so how am I meant to help other people who are not doing okay or challenging or whatever? And I've just realised that is complete and utter bullshit. Like, I can't serve other people from my cup if my cup is empty. So, I'm here to I'm just waffling along about this because it's kind of important to me. But I want to finish this by just saying, like, if you are going through anything, it doesn't matter how big or small, right? Just talk to somebody, talk to anybody you trust or you like or you respect or whatever, just someone, because it will give you a perspective you never had before. It will give you the ability to just open up that part of your mind or whatever it is, to just explore it. And the great thing about the world is that we don't know what we don't know. So the quicker you find out about that stuff, the more clarity you can get on it, and the more certain you'll feel about it as a result. Like, my mind does go from one way to the other. Like, I'm very creative, but I'm also extremely pragmatic. And I think, like, right, why don't I understand this? Let's make a mission to understand it. So anyway, just as, thank you again for everyone that reached out to me, and I have done my best to get back to every single one of you. It's been a crazy couple of days, but I'm feeling so much better about moving forward, and I will share what I feel is helpful for others, I suppose, along the way. I don't know when that will be, but I hope that this has given some insight, some value, some hope to someone else that might be going through a similar thing. All right. Peace, love.